time stood still. Love was all in you. You were the first, so was I. Made love and then you cried. Remember when?
She's all Mackenzie! She is the happiest little baby. Yeah. Oh my God.
Lightly. She's sticking lightly. Lightly. There you go, Tara. Yaya coming.
Remember when old died and you were born, life was changed. This is sad, we came together, fell apart.
Mark, you're gonna get jumped out. I know.
Lately. It's our marriage counseling. Keep going, we're having a marriage counseling.
No.
Once before I stood you with you, barely. Before family and friends, I once again take you as my hand, take your hand as my partner, and you're not even have to hold it, steady me. I don't feel like I'm going to lose it. I'll vomit. I once again take you this day for all my remaining days as my wife.
All right, well, I'm very honored, Mark. You called me a few weeks ago to do this, and I'm quite happy to do it. And like I told the gentleman from Utah, it's kind of meaningless, you know. So he asked me if I was ordained, and I'm like, I don't think I have to be. Yeah. So I wrote up just a little bit here because it is a rather serious matter. So, you know, we know the union of man and woman was God's design. In Genesis, God, the Trinity, I mean, they said amongst themselves, God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, they talked about, you know, what are we going to do with this thing? And they saw that despite man being in a beautiful garden, that things weren't good enough, and they created a woman for Adam. And we know the story that he put Adam to sleep, and he took the rib from his side and made Eve. It's interesting to me that that was a perfect place. The animals all got along. There was plenty of food for Adam to eat, but yet in that situation, God said it wasn't perfect enough. So he made a woman. I'm losing my place. So since the beginning, man and woman have been created for each other. And despite many of the characters in the Old Testament who didn't know how to act, we have established from God's discussions with the Israelites and Jesus' discussion with his apostles that marriage was between a man and a woman. It was a lifelong commitment. And it's from these principles that we get the words we often hear in wedding ceremonies. But if you look in the Bible, you'll never find the word wedding ceremony. They're all, we kind of inferred them from what we know about what marriage is supposed to be. And there's even less about these remarriage things or these rededications. I mean, there's nothing in there about that. So I'm totally winging this.
And you're doing good.
Yeah. So.
Wait, I didn't know it was going to take this long.
Yeah.
Lori, Lori, it's time. It's time, Lori. Where's your baby?
But that being said, there are things in the Bible where people restated what people already knew. And for instance, the Israelites, many times, even though they were God's people for hundreds of years, there were many instances where they restated what they believed. After the Israelites crossed into the land of Jordan, the priests had the water backed up. They all picked up 12 stones representing the 12 tribes, and they put a monument there, and they said, hey, we're God's people. Everybody smeared with the words Joshua said before they went into the promised land, where he said, as for this day, me and my house are going to serve the Lord. And then there's an old song I really love, a hymn. The second verse says, here I raise my Ebenezer. And so all my life I'm like, who's this Ebenezer dude? And that was Samuel, or Samson, raising a monument, and the Ebenezer was a rock. So there's many instances where it's good to restate what we believe to each other. And public confessions about what we believe are the most meaningful because it allows our friends to hold us accountable. It allows others to actually see what we believe by our actions. And so it's good that you guys are doing this. Second page. And this is my only joke in the I just say that the backseat proclamations of love aren't proclamations at all. You know, so the fact that you're saying this in front of this group of people is very meaningful. So this evening, we come here for a very short service to hear Mark and Diane restate their love and their commitment to each other. And they won't be any more or less married after this than they already were. So if something didn't get said right here, you guys are
Just don't ask if there's any objections. It's a little late for that.
and you guys have already probably consummated your marriage. So well, you can do it the third time.
Wait till we get home.
Hi, Diane, there's a camera out back.
But I think all of us here are very honored to be here, and we're the example you guys have shown, being married 35 years, is a little bit of an exception in our day and time. And so we thank you for the example that you are, and for doing this and allowing us, your friends here, to be part of it. And thank you for asking us to do this. So,
We also
with that
have a
said,
sand ceremony.
we have a what?
Sand ceremony.
When is that?
I didn't have that in the
The
agenda.
candles.
Oh, they're going to light the candles? Okay. I didn't
We
know
have
how
a
that
song
goes.
to play
I
during
know we have a
lighting
song
of
to
the-
play, but I didn't know we were doing sand ceremony.
Hey, this is not rehearsal.
Yeah,
This is the weather.
Well, and we're just
Okay, I just knew I picked the song. Okay.
James.
I picked this song. Everybody listen.
I love you because you understand it.
Wait, Justin and Sean are going to
Every
listen.
thing I
Okay.
try to do. You're always
Jim.
there to lend a helping
Madison,
hand, dear. But
Here,
most
sorry.
of all, I love you because you're
What am I supposed to do?
What Madison helped?